Shalom, Pastor Osias is my name, and wherever you are today, I have an interesting topic. It is called Bibliology. Okay, so wherever you are, I want you to be glued. The Lord will bless you. Somebody asked me a question saying, is Christianity true? Is Christianity real? That is a question they asked. And you know, most of the times we encounter these challenges in our daily lives as Christians, and we don't know what to do. And it is quite unfortunate that a lot of believers don't have a lot of information when it comes to the Christendom. So now I'll bring out some infallible proofs that will tell you that Christianity is real. To start with, Christianity is not a religion, but Christianity, this is reality. It is a real life that we live in Jesus Christ. So now, before we get into the Bible, if you've done theology, in theology, there are three branches. Okay, I'm not going to say them in their rightful order, but the meaning is what really matters the most. So if you've done theology, there is what is called hermeneutics. And hermeneutics talks about, that is where you find the law of Bible interpretation. Hermeneutics. And number two, there is what is called homiletics. Homiletics talks about the science and the art of preaching. Then the last one, the third part, talks about apologetics. Apologetics talks about the defense of the Christendom, the defense of the ministry. Okay? Bringing out infallible proofs as to the reason why Christianity is true and is real. So now, talking about bibliology, which is the Bible itself, the Bible was written in three languages. It was written in Greek, Hebrew, and Aramaic partially. So the Old Testament was written in Hebrew and Aramaic. Then the New Testament was the one that was written in Greek. Okay, so that is it. So now, talking about the Bible, the first writings, let me say the earliest writings of the Bible were somewhere around 1400 BC, and they were written by Moses in a region called Canaan. So now the first 5 books of the Bible, they are called the Torah, which is Hebrew, and in Greek it is called the Pentateuch. So Pentateuch simply means 5 books. Okay, so Pentateuch, Greek, Torah, which is Hebrew, just means one and the same thing. So the first 5 books of the Bible, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, they were written by Moses in a region called Canaan. Joshua also wrote the book of Joshua in a region called Canaan as well, around 1300 BC. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Samuel also wrote the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel, 2 Samuel, the book of Ruth, and the book of Judges, somewhere around 740 BC in a region called Judah. So these people were in different locations, different regions, and all of them were talking about the same God. Ladies and gentlemen, these people were in different regions, different seasons, different times, and hundreds of years could pass, and all of them were talking about one man who is God himself. So the Old Testament is Christ concealed. The New Testament is Christ revealed. So Jesus Christ is in the Old Testament. He is in the Old Testament, but he is concealed. He is covered. He is in shadows. But we'll talk about the New Testament later. So now, Jeremiah also wrote the book of Jeremiah, Lamentations, in 626 BC in Judah as well. Ezekiel wrote the book of Ezekiel around 593 BC in Judah as well. He was in Babylon actually. He was in Babylon. So all these people, we are talking about one man, one God. Haggai wrote the book of Haggai in, is it 520 BC in Jerusalem as well. Zechariah wrote the book of Zechariah in 520 BC in Jerusalem. And the latest writings of the Old Testament were around 430 BC, and that was when the book of Malachi was written. So all these people were in different locations, but their information, the information they had, what they wrote in their books. Remember, this time the Bible is not yet compiled. There's another part where I'm going to talk about the canonization of scriptures, how they came up with the Bible. Okay, but I just wanted to show you what was written in the Old Testament. Ladies and gentlemen, Christianity is real. The God that created the beginning before the beginning began before its beginning. He existed in the circumference of himself, the uncreated creator. Now, when you get the scriptures and you study them, you get the scriptures, you meditate upon the scriptures. There is a certain experience that you begin to have. The same thing you're studying there happens to you. If you believe in it, this is the reason why. Talking about bringing out infallible proofs, that is the reason why we prophesy. That is the reason why we heal the sick, those people that are bound, to prove to you that Christianity is real. So many people wonder to say, but how are they prophesying? Oh, they gather information. Are you telling me that the God of heaven, who knows everything, cannot give information to a prophet? It works like that. No matter the doubts, the debates that you can have, this thing is real. It happened. The Bible speaks in the book of Second Peter chapter 1. It should be verse 20 to 21. It says, for prophecy never came in odd times by the will of man, but holy men of God prophesied as they were led by the Spirit of God. So this thing is real. It is real. And I want you to follow me for this series that we are having. Join me for the next part. God bless you. I approve this message, and shalom.